Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Starcom Nexus. In the last episode, we explored some new sectors and encountered another new race, the Auroras. I can't pronounce it. I have to actually see what their race is called at the moment. Who warned us against flying through their, effectively, airspace, as they don't trust us. We need to get something called like a treaty designator from something they're calling the Nest World in order to pass through their sentries without them risking opening fire on us. We inquired about where that world is located, and they don't know where it's located. Supposedly, all information about where it could be was lost during a battle against some other race called the Phage, which they've also hinted might still be out here somewhere. Inquiring about where they were located, they told us that's a really stupid question, and we don't ever want to run into them. That's interesting. In any case, we paid them 10 Chirolite, as some sort of like toll or tax, and they let us leave. Unfortunately, we are going to need to kind of go through their occupied territory, since, well, there's not a whole lot of other places we can go to at the moment that we're aware of that doesn't involve flying through their territory. So we're going to probably need to do that. We also got a heads up about the first potential comet that we kind of passed through somewhere around here. So I'm thinking, to start this episode, we're going to go back to this area, fly through that nexus, back to the Aurora-controlled space, and see where we get the comet notification. I think the way the comets work is that as long as you don't actually find it, when you go back into that area again, you will get another notification. It won't be exactly in the same spot, but you'll be told that there's a comet around again. So let's go back here and see if we can find that comet to get more research points. More Chitek above and below us. I guess we'll get a chance to try out our new cruiser now, the Angel Wing. 3 missiles on this ship, less plasma turrets on this ship, and less... Oh wow, that's interesting. The angles are wrong. Less energy regen than I think what I had originally on here will make this tricky. Notice, by the way, now how... Is that right? Nope, never mind. Never mind. I was going to say something that was a bit false. Well, as long as we continue to get Chirolite from these Chitek, and also assuming that the new race charges that as a toll, you can at least pay for safe passage through their lands. Oh, Tim, that's a Sentinel. The new ship of ours is armed with a habitation module, which is greatly increasing the amount of crew that we have, going from 20 to 50. I thought it was 20 crew. I guess it's actually 50 crew. Well, that's interesting. The Chitek are actually guarding the Sentinels, trying to shoot down the missiles. We're going to need a increase to the range of our missiles if we can't hit them from here. Shoot down the Chitek first, roll around, and then re-engage with the Sentinel. Since it's firing lasers, we might get a laser bit from it. We did not. The amount of crew on board, to my knowledge, does not determine how the chances that you might lose more crew. So in other words, we have 50. Just because we have a lot of people repairing our ship does not necessarily translate to less crew lost during the combats. And we seem to handle that rather well, though I am using more missiles since now we have 3 missile launchers on this ship. I feel like we need one more reactor. And at this time in the other game, I had, I think, more upgrades to my reactor systems. I don't like running out of energy during a combat and being forced to wait to repair. We've seen that the Sentinels... Okay, so there's a current... The comet was not... It was more towards this area. So let's sail out here. It was roughly like here. That doesn't mean the comet flies within this area, just that the trail of the comet is somewhere within 2,000 astro units of where that notification occurred. It's probably around the sun in this sector, but I'm going to want to avoid the... How do I say the race's name? Aronas. Is this more of them? Ooh, okay. There's quite a few of them out here. And we won't be able to approach any of their planets without getting too close. Maybe we can zip between them to at least get the sun. And my engines are now draining my battery power. Let's sail right past you. This enormous white giant star has a much lower temperature than its spectrum indicates. Time to update the Hertz-Sprung-Russell diagram again. Comet! There it is! But we're outside of it, the range of it. Comets, being comets, travel extraordinarily fast. But the good news is that we've seen it. So, well, I saw it very briefly. So we kind of want to hang out here, but we also don't want the Aronas to approach us, as we don't want to necessarily be fired upon. Comets tend to take the same route. Not everyone in this game will do so, but most of them do. So if you see a comet pass by, odds are you will, as long as you hang out in that area, you will likely see it again at some point. Let's see what's on this blasted moon or some sort. Nothing. Okay. There it is. See it? Here it comes. We want to get within a certain range of it. Because we want... Basically, we had to be close enough to it as if we could have pulled it into our ship. I think a comet can slam into you, though, so we need to be a little careful about how we go about this. We know it comes down here somewhere. We don't want to be hailed by the strikers. There it is! But we're too far away. Okay, but as long as we kind of hang out around here, we should detect it again. And we are not near any of the strikers. It looks like this comet has a very short orbit, so we can probably pick it up. I'm guessing it flies south of this planet. So let's scan what looks like a desert world, or very swampy. Maybe both. There's a comet making its loop. You can see, as you can see, by the way, you can notice where the comet is on your galaxy map. Nothing on this planet either. We're going to scan the comet, and then, well, I guess, actually, Tim, you should try to scan all the planets. I don't like how fast the striker's approaching me, though. I'm going to need to get away from him. I don't want to start a war with another race. We're already at war with the Sentinels and the Chitek. If we can avoid warring with another race, that would be really helpful. Here it comes. Got it. The self-illuminating yellow color of this comet seems to come from a novel phenomenon related to the Casimir effect, generated between the outgassing particles. We should be on the lookout for variants of these for more data. 140 research points. Now that we've detected that comet, we won't get other notifications about it being within our sensors. We're going to try to get this planet on a scan. There's no Ariona strikers nearby. Oh, looks like a beautiful planet. Earth-related, at least. In so much I see water and what looks like forested areas. Something on the surface. Oh, this interceptor's coming really quickly. Oh, hey! It's that strange thing we saw before. That one device we tried to take apart. Another triangular artifact. Apart from the setting, it seems identical to the one previously encountered. This time, the team is careful not to touch the artifact as they examine it and its setting. Carved into the Diaz, they find a worn message in Starcom Standard. At first, we were optimistic, but as days turned to months, we began to lose hope. It seems likely now that our shipmates aren't coming. Maybe they're 1,000 light years away. Perhaps they're all dead. When we arrived, we found ourselves next to this artifact, just like the other one, but no amount of prodding would reactivate it. Eventually, we erected this stone dais in the optimistic belief that it was somehow a necessary part of its functioning. Still nothing. If a member of Starcom ever finds this, know that we haven't suffered here. The climate is good, and with our survey kit, we were able to identify the diverse edible flora and fauna. Our only regret is not learning the fate of our fellow crew aboard the Final Hope. A thorough search of the area reveals the remains of a small settlement by the lake. The skeletal remains of a half-dozen adult humans are detected in a nearby cemetery. What does that tell us? Assuming those were indeed our crew, they're all dead, and gave up after some amount of time of waiting for us to arrive. But so much time has elapsed that apparently they had a small colony, who eventually all died as well. My guess is a family. It was just 2 crew. Assuming that they had children, this would likely mean a guy and girl. Assuming that they all died, including the family, this would mean that some significant amount of time had elapsed. If the other deceased in the cemetery were also adults. This would indicate that time travel was possible with that device. We have more strikers, and they are coming down here. I want to avoid them at this moment. I do want to scan those planets. I'm going to need to lead the strikers to us. So let's skip them at the moment. Investigate the star that's nearby, and this other planet doesn't look like it's being guarded. Ooh, we can see some sort of hurricane based on the cloud formation on this planet. Oop, just went into the dark side of the planet. Something on the surface of it. Let's see what's down there, guys. A fine, pale green powder dusts a wide plain on this rocky planet. Mineral analysis reveals that it contains adamantine at 1 part per 8 million. Even at those levels, it's well worth the team's time to collect and refine the dust. By connecting the lander's exhaust system to a makeshift centrifuge, the engineer is able to greatly speed up the process. +5 adamantine. I think we've encountered this before, and we will encounter similar planets occasionally when there's just a little bit of resources or something of that sort to gather on them. Your landers are the lander is extremely quick. and will be able to catch up to your ship if you begin trying to rocket away from the surface of a planet. Which is exactly what we're doing at this moment. We want to avoid the other Aronas. This was like an ice ball of some sort. Nothing on it. And a rather barren looking planet next to it as well. Nothing on this. There's a planet all the way in the distance there. I think we will go ahead and try to visit it, avoiding their corvettes, the Aurorians. However you say, they're bird people ships. Once we're done with this one, I can talk more about, I guess, random stuff with you guys. This planet's seen better days. Or maybe it hasn't. Nothing on it, though. And quite a bit more on radar. I'm guessing that this warp nexus takes you to that star. We want to head out to where this is located at this moment. That's at least something that we've been clued into to try to investigate. So we're going to head off in that direction. But we should probably do it by approaching the nexus. So when I was last talking with you guys about random stuff, I was talking about star crawlers and Conglomerate 451 and how they're a bit too grindy for me to want to record them. It's interesting because this makes me realize that there are some games that I just... You know, they're not bad games, although I won't ever finish them because of the grind involved in them. And how... Oh, there's a lot of blue ships here. Vendaris. Quite a few of them. And Aronas. I feel like until we can find the nest world, we should avoid these Aronas. But if we don't scan planets, we might not ever find what their nest world. Right? We have to actually approach their planet. But it's probably safe to assume that it's none of the planets in this sector, since we see a ship of theirs here. This is a pretty bright star. We can at least approach this gas planet. And then maybe jump through this warp nexus. Oh, I like the pink color of this one. This gas giant's color comes from mercury sulfide. While not particularly useful in itself, it is rare to find a gas giant with enough in its upper atmosphere to give it such a dramatic coloring. Just imagine all the colors that we can't see that other species can. We found another comet somewhere. That was on the way. It's probably somewhere over in this area. Well, let's first scan the desert planet that we're above. There's something here. I see no other ships nearby, so we can safely scan, hopefully, all of the planets in this sector. It is indeed a desert planet. Look at the picture here. This planet was once home to a civilization with roughly Iron Age technology. The anomaly detected from orbit was the ruins of a large settlement, now mostly buried. It appears that all life on the planet disappeared suddenly around 4 million years ago, although suddenly could have been as short as a day or as long as 20,000 years. The archaeological data has some modest value. 15 research points. Let's... since we're here and we don't see anything else in sector, we should scan the planets in this sector before I leave to go someplace else. And there's another desert planet over here. We'll check this one as well. Something on this planet's surface as well. To my knowledge in this game... Oh, we have more Arionas coming. Okay. From a high altitude, the location of the anomaly shows the clear markings of an old impact crater. The team sets the lander down on the eroded lip. A search of the large crater reveals modest amounts of titanium of an artificial origin, but nothing else of interest. Something probably, well, obviously impacted the planet's surface. Let's try swinging past the star. No research points. I am going to try to make it to this planet. We can at least scan it. Looks like an ice world to me. Nothing on the planet's surface. Do we keep jumping? No. Let's go to this gas giant. And then we'll check out the area where we saw the comet. Let's see if we can find it. All the research points we can get will be useful. We definitely will want more reactor power. 4 is not enough for this 7-engine cruiser of ours. Ooh! A deep purple on this one. I could go for some grape soda right about now. I don't have any here, though. Right. So, for some games... okay. So, I find this really interesting. Because when it comes to games, grinding, recording them, how much I enjoy a game, what types of games I view as being a fun game to play versus which ones aren't. And it's rather interesting because, and I think everyone does this, I weight certain things more for certain games than others. What is this? Alien debris. This is a motley assortment of damaged ship components from an unknown vessel. Overall, they're less technically advanced than we are, but they have some manufacturing techniques we can learn from. 35 research points. In the past, on my channel, I have done some reviews for games, and I'm meaning to update my review system because I want a way that I can objectively review a game and try to account for any biases or any favoritism or intense dislikes I have towards certain aspects of gameplay. Because I find that grinding, I don't mind it sometimes, but other times I am no longer in the mood to play the game. It's so repetitive, and I feel like the game is never going to be one that I'm going to finish or be interested in even playing anymore. I spent too many hours just doing the same thing, but not initially. No sun anywhere close to this planet. Very dark. Looks like an ice world. And Oxygen 7 was discovered. Scans showed that the planet's surface is not covered in snow, but a layer of an unusual form of oxygen that is solid at 223 Kelvin. Oop, we missed the rest of it. It appears that some phenomenon caused a portion of the atmosphere to crystallize sometime in the past 8,000 years. In any case, when I review a game, I try to account for all of these things, or I did, and I'm trying to do so again. A game, for example, that I could never recommend, that everyone actually really loves, but I think, although it has a good amount of merit, but I'll never play the game again ever, was Doom 2016. Great voice acting, amazing music, very fun combat. Game looked fantastic. And it would crash randomly. It corrupted all my save files, and I had to re-record, because I was recording it for my channel at the time, about 10 hours worth of gameplay, and the game still has these issues to this day, and it's awful. I will never play the game again, and I did not pick up the new Doom, and I would never pick up the new Doom, based on my experience with the old one. And even though I liked at the time I played Doom 2016, the buggy nature of the game just makes it just sucks away all the enjoyment I have of it. And so for a review system of that sort, I want to make sure that I properly dock points for a game for encountering such things. Most of the game sites, I'm imagining, give Doom 2016 high marks. And I could never do that. The game is just... God. If a game corrupts your save files and forces you to replay all the content you had done before, and still occasionally randomly crashes, corrupting, making you replay a level, it's awful. That's just awful programming. And I can't... Oh, there's a comet. Hold on. Can we get to you? We're too far away. Okay, but we can do is we can kind of hang out here and wait for that comet to come back. As you can see, when it comes to comets, you must get rather close. Oh, close. We have Aurora Strikers here. Let's try to get away from them. Oh, it's no good. They are approaching us. They see us. Then let's scan this planet really quick. There's something there. Let's try to scan it quickly. Another desert planet. This is, judging from the picture, this is one of the planets where our scanner's on the fritz, and there may or may not be something on the planet's surface. On approach, the team fails to spot anything that looks of interest in the endless desert. The team's engineer wonders if the anomaly might be a false positive. Shifting soft sand make finding a decent landing location tricky. Eventually they locate a spot, but it's a few kilometers from the alleged anomaly. Have the team investigate on foot. 3 kilometers from the lander, the team's xenobiologist spots something, a small beetle-like insect crawling along the sand. After examination, he concludes that its metabolism is powered by small static charges produced by the dry desert winds. What is most remarkable is that it seems to be the only life on this planet. Somehow, evolution managed to create this relatively advanced creature with no other by-blows on the way. Strikers. I'm tempted to actually shoot you down because you're stopping me from exploring these places. And we know there's a comet that flies right around here somewhere. I will still continue to try to avoid them as long as it's feasible for me to do so. But I might have to come back out here to... Ooh, that sounds like probably a cruiser of theirs. An Aurora Majestic. I can't see it on our screen at the moment. Anyway, I mentioned the bugs because as much as I enjoyed the game, I could never recommend it, never play it again. And had I known the amount of trouble I would have with the game before I started recording for my channel, I never would have recorded it either. It really sucked away all the enjoyment I had of playing the game at some points. Having to constantly make backups of all the game files in case it became corrupted again. And recording a game for the channel is awful if a game like that one, for example, uses a checkpoint system for it, crashes. Because my recording software could crash, which means that the entire video's corrupted. And now, I've lost whatever it was I was recording, could never get it back again, unless I replay the entire level, or restart the entire game again. And I had to restart the entire game, given what happened to my save files at the time. And I'm gonna say it, but it serves me right for picking up a Bethesda game. I have had nothing but horrible problems with every Bethesda game I have ever owned. The Fallout games, the Doom 2016, Daggerfall, the Elder Scrolls game that I played, just... I don't know the way to say it, just buggy trash. Absolute garbage. And I didn't realize Doom 2016 was a Bethesda game until I fired up the first time, and I seriously considered refunding it. And I should have. Too many bugs. We have more adamantine dust on this planet. It's still 1 part per 8 million, which I think was the last one as well, and we collect 7 adamantine from the surface of by compressing down that dust. Okay, we have the gas giant down here. So, I'm going to mark... There's a comet here. Oh, I saw that. That's another unexploded ordnance up there. I'm pretty sure. We'll just make sure we avoid it. With 7 engines on our ship, at least at impulse speed, we are faster than the Araonas. At a depth of 450 kilometers, our scanners have detected movement that suggests animal-level intelligence. I wish we could see what they look like, but at that depth our surveyor would be crushed like an egg. Well, no nest world here. Let's keep aiming towards that waypoint placed on our system. How much research points do we have now, by the way? 555. It's enough to take a reactor regen upgrade and max capacity. But I'm probably gonna take the regen, and the other points will likely go into missile upgrades, since we are sporting now 3 missile launchers on this ship. Which reminds me, we'll probably want to trade for more Chirolite? What is our Chirolite at the moment? Oh, we have enough for another reactor, and enough titanium to put one on the ship too. Oh, okay, right, that's what I didn't want to put a reactor and another plasma turret on the ship if I couldn't put a second plasma turret on the ship as well. To me, back up to 6 total guns. Just because I like the look of it. So, that's why we're not doing it. And we want the other warp nexus. This would mean I need more titanium. The Araonas will not trade with us, given that they don't trust us, so we will just avoid them. Oh, God! We almost rammed right into you. I cannot grant you unrestricted travel through this region without a treaty group identifier. If your ship does not broadcast the correct identifier, and you do not have any more questions, I must ask you to depart this region of space. We'll find the nest world and get your treaty identifier. We can at least hold them off a little bit longer by saying that. Those are indeed cruisers of theirs. Those look about the same power level as our current ship. Well, I guess the good news is there is a warp gate down here, so we can at least get to that. I would like to see if that warp nexus could bring us back up north to that scan point. Let's swing past the star, and we'll actually try going to that scan point first. The star has nothing for us. Alright, so I know you don't want us here, but I don't care. I want to reach that point. I'm willing to leave these other planets unscanned. I'm going to jump into this warp nexus. I'm guessing that's Vendari. They'll have titanium we can trade for, if I'm willing to trade them technology first. And I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. The last 2 times we've traded with them, they've given us basically the same technology. And I'm not quite sure they even understand how that technology works. So I think we will just avoid them. We can take a warp gate back to Saurid space and trade with the Saurids instead, or the Ulku. We can also go back to Entok Citadel and trade there, which we'll probably do. Anyway, back to Steam, because we're traveling out here for a little bit. So, right. So, keep in mind that what I'm going to say for some of these games is because I didn't play them for very long, but I had a feeling if I was going to like these games or not, because I did refund a few of them. I guess, actually, what I'll do is I'll do what I normally do. I won't talk about the games I dislike, or I disliked. I'll just talk about the games I liked instead. So, it's the Steam Summer Sale. One of the games I've picked up this summer sale and I'm playing is... not recording it, though. Ziggurat 2. I think that's what it's called. Let me double check. Oh, can I double check? I can't double check. I think that's what it's called. It might not be called that, though, but I feel like I can't check. I can check. Hold on. I just have to bring up Steam. Alright, Steam. Oh my goodness, I hope... Okay, I think it's still recording. So let me check really quick. Where is... the music probably has stopped, though. Oh my god, please, where's the game? It is called Ziggurat 2. Okay, yep. Ziggurat 2. I played the first one. It is a... how can I describe it? It's like a roguelike, a first-person shooter roguelike. It creates a series of rooms and passages for you to run through, with various monsters in them, or traps you avoid. You get to level up as you play through it, and hopefully you get to the final boss and defeat it. It's fast-paced, and I really like the gameplay because you are playing a mage as you run through it. You get different types of spells or staves or wands to use in it, so it's kind of like Hexen in a way in that regard, but a much faster-paced Hexen. I like it, and I think they did it. It's a bit cartoony. It's a bit cartoony, but I like the music. The voice acting for the campaign is good. In fact, there was no campaign in the first one of these. Oh, hello. There's a Sentinel base up here, everyone. And it's hovering above a planet, guarding it. Well, let's investigate this planet first. We can see the hurricane here. That's what that storm said, or typhoon. There's something on the surface of this planet. Let's head on down. This looks familiar to me, this strange device here. Assuming these are trees, it's quite a large device. The spacecraft in the clearing is immediately recognizable as the same design we encountered in deep space. The team leader follows first contact protocol and introduces themselves to the local populace. They learn that this vessel is a full-scale model of the one they lost as a kind of monument. Apparently, they used a sizable portion of their resources in launching the first vessel. Believing it a total failure, there was insufficient political will to try again. Armed with the knowledge that the vessel did indeed achieve faster-than-light travel, and with the telemetry data the team provides, it seems likely that the civilization will achieve spaceflight after all. They share the details of the warp system. The novel design may open up new improvements to our engine performance in deep space. Nice. I think that also unlocks a new tech for us back at home. Don't quote me on that, though. I might be wrong. Let's get this gas giant, and we'll take a look at... ooh, look how pretty and pink this one is. Like a giant piece of bubble gum. Nothing on it, though. We've seen enough pink and purple planets that no one on the ship is impressed except for me. Alright, so... let's see what this is out here. Looks like it's some sort of artificial station. No defensive structures on it. Autonomous station. So likely no one home. This remote station uses a complex array of radio antennae, apparently to communicate with the swarm probes we've encountered. The command system is too complex for us to override, but the team engineer thinks we might now be able to research a technology that could make them easier to catch. Since we're here, let's see how tough the Sentinel base will be to handle. I can't tell what type of weaponry it has at this point. It won't matter. Shields. And lasers on it. This is going to take a while if we want to try slugging it out. Oh, I don't really want to exchange fire with it if it's going to be using its lasers. We're also at a disadvantage because of the energy draw our engines require for me to boost away from this station. Looks like we'll be able to do this, but this is going to be expensive. Yeah, they're going to just keep... they're too far away for my plasma turrets to hit. And now we need to sit out here and recover and recharge. The Sentinel's base will repair itself, so we can't spend too long out here repairing and or recharging. But it is smoking, so we have a chance to destroy this then. We are completely out of energy. We did destroy a section of it, I think. I think we destroyed this, a small section. So that's promising. Yep, we got one of... I don't know what even they're called. One arm of the station destroyed. That's too much of a curve. Thankfully, no other Sentinels are beaming in to offer some support to this structure. We'll make another pass really quick. Nice! Got another arm of it destroyed. I think there was at least one more laser on it, though. There is. Oh, I saw another section of it get blown up. Unfortunately, it's not the lasers, though, that were destroyed. Wow, yeah, we need increased range on our missiles. More fuel for them. Oh, we've knocked out their plasma. Okay, then all we have to do is just stay outside of their range. And we can hammer them with missiles. We might as well take advantage of... Yes! The fact we do have the extra range. But no new... Oh, yes! I think one new technology? No, no new technology. Darn it! But we did eliminate them off this planet. Or guarding this planet. So why were they here, I wonder? Something on the surface of it. What were they guarding? Whoa, look at all the pyramids over there. It's like a row of them, like as if it's like power lines. The anomaly detected by ship's scanners is not the dozens of nearly perfect 400-meter pyramids arranged with geometric precision, but a buried village near their center. Geologic data suggests this region was probably more hospitable when it was inhabited several millennia ago. Amongst the ruins, the team uncovers an inexplicable artifact, a Starcom standard ship recorder box. The data is badly corrupted, but some of the segments are still readable. The first segment contains some valuable technical data. The second segment contains a partial log entry. Received transmission from... Either the message is corrupted or he's completely lost his mind. In any case, we can't help. The neologics have been locked. We've been forced down on settlement for the long haul. The third segment appears to contain a partial message fragment that matches and extends the one we picked up on Lightwave. It's part of the same message we picked up on Lightwave. I've updated the mission log with the additional text. Still not very intelligible. Until we get another one of those, we won't really be able to make sense of this message. Oh, and in fact, we're not even allowed to look at it, apparently. Oh, no, this is it right here. It is a bit better, but we're going to want one more fragment to help with this. Well, since we're out here, we might as well explore this visit this gas giant. Then, I guess the warp nexus here, since there is one, and we'll see where that takes us. Hopefully to a Stargate, and we can go back to Kite Station. We've got quite a bit of research, and I would like to improve our missiles range. Another large gas giant. Nothing on it, though. Like with the Chitek, to my knowledge, once you destroy a Sentinel base, they will never reconstruct it. So we should not have to worry about that popping back up here. I was really hoping we would find some laser technology from it, though. That's unfortunate that there was nothing there. Hostiles. Oh, God! What a awful place to warp in from. Chitek and Sentinels all over the place there. Alright, good. Destroyer down. We are going to clear this area out so we can safely explore these planets. Set that to interceptor. Oh, hello, what is that? We'll have to take a look at that really quick. Alright, Sentinel down. frigate next. Those missiles still didn't get the frigate. Probably should work on the arcing of our missiles as well. We're going to go all in on them. Good job, Tim, taking out the destroyer. Oh, or didn't actually. You just mostly damaged it until you rammed it. Out of here, little scout. No one likes you. Lots of idiom, which is great, because there's definitely enough now that we can have another turret. Whew! All hostiles cleared. Let's take a look at these planets and see if we can find a warp gate around here somewhere. A water world of some sort, and there is a gate right next to us. Let's investigate the planet, and then we'll just take the warp gate. We'll come back here next episode. There's something on the surface of it. Let's see what this is. Or what could be here. Another opening the eye, I'm guessing. Based on the pillars that are here. 3 enormous pillars of stone rise from the sea. The control room entrance for these is submerged about 50 meters beneath the surface. With relatively calm waters, several divers quickly descend. The entrance is guarded by a tribe of apparently intelligent manatee-like creatures. They seem to understand that the chamber has value, if not exactly why. They demand either 30 tons of a particular species of local fish, or 20 gold as payment to open the eye for the team. We'll give the creatures some gold. But the tribe doesn't allow the team to enter the sacred room. The ship detects the telltale EM pulse of the eye opening. Alright, everyone. It feels like we've been playing for close to an hour, so I think we head back, make some ship improvements. Take a look at that research for capturing swarm probes a bit easier, see how expensive it is. And then wrap it up by adding a few more modules, hopefully, to our Angel Wing. Deck 4 is temporarily closed for fungal fumigation between fabrication and zero-G synthesis. Good to see you again, Commander. We're getting worried. How goes the exploration? We could use more crew. Everyone's excited to join your crew. We're all counting on you. How's morale? Not too bad. My people hear that your crew is hopeful, and that makes them hopeful. That's all for now. That's good. Mr. Pillman, how's that pottery? Still plagued by constant interruptions. And Chang has nothing new to tell me either. So, let's go to the shipyard first. And I wanted at least one more reactor. Armor, and then we can add engines to this. And no, we don't have the titanium to do what I want, which is 2 more plasma turrets. We don't have enough. But we will stick another, I guess, reactor on the ship. You know what? I want to move it. I'll put the reactor there. Habitat module. Armor module to protect that, and then 3 engines here. Okay, 860 research. That's not so bad. So, what am I interested in taking? I want energy. More energy research. Oh man, the last regen's 400 research points. I think we still take it though. Let's see. My reactors are currently giving us 13.8 energy production. If we take that last upgrade, 13.8. They now generate 17.8. 4 more energy. We might not actually need this any longer. Maybe we can get away without having it here. And we can instead then add 2 new plasma turrets. Oh, we can build another plasma turret. 3 more of them. I don't think, though, we need a third. This is fine. Let's go back to our research. And what am I taking next? So, I wanted an upgrade for our missiles. And I think we want more fuel. So let's take rocket efficiency. Increases the range of missiles. 335 left. What does it take to grab more swarm drones? What's the research there? 100 for swarm drone suppressor. Tricks swarm probes into reducing their maximum speed when near our ship. We should make them easier to catch. We'll take it. 235 left. 235 left. I feel like we want an upgrade. I was going to say an upgrade to our plasma lasers, but we'll pass on that at the moment. Let's grab extra speed in deep space. 75 research points. And we'll come back to take other research. We'll hold on to research points is what I meant to say. Oh, wow! Kite station's under attack, everyone. Let's see if we can help defend them. That stupid scout of theirs should be hammered. Our missiles don't have the range I want. Wow. Kite station almost didn't make it. We have more hostiles coming in. We need to stay here and be the target for them. We can't let Kite station take another hit like it took. Wow. Oh, man. And we have more incoming. It doesn't matter. We have to stay here and take it. Can't let Kite Station be destroyed. No, don't fly into Kite Station, Tim. Is that it? They came out of the warp gate, so they can use them too, is what this tells us. Alright. Kite station's repaired. In recognition of the tasks you performed under trying circumstances, and based on crew evaluation, I'm hereby field promoting you to Commander, First Class. Congratulations, Commander. Was there anything else? We could use a crew to make up for the one we lost. How's morale? Alright, everyone's still hopeful. They were there to watch us win. Looks like she has something else to tell us. Yep. That was close. The Sentinels apparently have decided that Kite Station is also in violation of whatever directive caused them to attack you. They know our location and defenses. I think it's only a matter of time before they attack with a force we can't repel. When their ships arrived, we detected an EM signal with a signature similar to the ones used to control the Nexus gateway. The lab decoded it, and it seems to point to a very distant location at 40.3 by negative 30.4. I want you to check it out and see if you can discover why the Sentinels are attacking us. Will do. And we did earn enough that we could take another reactor. So I guess in the end we're grabbing it anyway. Oh, I want an armor back there too. All right, there is our upgraded ship. And everyone, we'll stop here. Did quite a bit of exploration, more research into helping our missiles go a little further. Still not nearly as the distance I still want it to be even more. We need more range on it. But our ship looks like it can handle some amount of firepower while dealing it out. Though we missed a whole lot there. We need more range and probably more accuracy on our plasma turrets if I'm going to do such a poor job defending Kite Station. Congratulations on your promotion! I know several crew members submitted recommendations to the Commodore. Thank you, First Officer Williams. I'm hoping you did too. Alright, that will do for us. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.